Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube video where we're going to be looking how to first pass a shaded brow without outlining. So today I'm doing my Invisibrow, which is a super soft, dusty, pixelated brow with no harsh edges. So super important for this technique. So here I'm starting off, I am doing a pendulum movement. So I'm swinging in and out of the skin with each stroke. And I'm tattooing in both directions. So I'm going back and forth, in and out of the skin. And it's all I'm doing to lay down this first pass is I'm working very precisely, very consistently. I'm doing each section 4 times. So I go up, down, move along a little bit. When you move along, make sure you are overlapping. And then as you can see here, I will wipe through the brow just to check my implantation. So I'm just checking that I'm not too heavy, but I have enough colour there where I'm not going to lose my drawing. So you can do them checks as many times as you like, just to be sure that you are going to not lose your shape. And then I literally just repeat. Patience, slowly. Overlap, overlap, overlap. Make sure you overlap each section by at least 50%. So you're kind of just gradually edging forward and overlapping half of that last section. That will stop you from getting those stripy passes. Do another check. Wiping through the brow like that still allows me to see my shape. So if the colour wasn't in, I can easily then just join those 2 straight lines back up together and know exactly where I need to be tattooing. So I work quite methodically with this, but you will get a beautiful heel with no harsh edges. And what's really important to me is that they fade evenly. I don't want my brows fading where the outline then becomes visible. So this will keep a nice soft even heel and a nice soft even fade. So pendulum movement in and out of the skin. If you're not comfortable working in 2 directions with this movement, you can of course whip shade as well. If I was whip shading, I'd probably just allow maybe 6 passes as opposed to 4. Because you'll find when you're moving back and forth, you will implant a little bit more colour. I'm using my Axis Valhalla for this one and a Micro PMU 1RL 0.30 acupuncture tip. Absolutely love the acupuncture tips for shading. They're super gentle on the skin and they just implant colour beautifully. So my biggest tip here would just be don't rush it. Just work slowly and consistently, and then you'll have that really nice even first pass, which is it just sets the foundation for you to then layer upon until you achieve your desired finish. I always start on the tail of the brow and edge forward, just so that I can maintain my stretch without smudging my pre-draw, because once it's tattooed in, then my stretch can move along with me. Don't be scared of losing that template if you're not outlining. As long as you are working consistently, you're doing your checks as you go so that you can see that you're implanting well. There's no reason why you should lose that pre-draw. Trust the process, so they say. Okay, so I'm just going to speed this up a little bit now so that you don't get bored, because I'm literally doing the same thing over and over again. So still always checking as I go so that I don't risk losing that shape when I wipe. And then depending on the finish that you want, once I get to the bulb of my brow, you can see I'm a bit of a messy worker, just focus on getting the pigment in. Then you can also use a pointillism technique to just tap a really, really barely there shadow into the front. So if I'm doing ombre or my Invisi, where I just want them fronts to really kind of just fade out, tiny bit of pointillism will just leave just the faintest shadow for me to know where to stop when I come to do my second pass. If you want that front a little bit stronger, then you can carry on with the same process that you've just done. So once I've done the first pass, I apply a little bit of the Golden Eye Push. If you was using secondary anaesthetic, you could also apply that now. And then I'm going to just do a pigment soak whilst I do the same on the other brow. Allowing that open skin to now just sit and soak in pigment is going to make your template pop out a lot easier for you when you come on to doing that second pass. Okay, so I've done the same on the other brow and now I'm cleaning off my first pass. So there you have a nice templated brow that's super soft, super dusty, really easy to now layer upon, and no harsh lines or harsh edges. I then clean up with a razor and then I'm just going to go in and do my second pass. Because I'm doing my Invisi brow technique here, I revert to whip shading and I'm whipping out to my edges, because what I don't want to do is make my edges strong. I'm going to kind of focus my saturation more through the middle of the brow on this technique. I've just sped this up again, so I'm just layering pigment. When you work in a method like this, one, it's really hard to make a mistake because you're working so methodically and so light in the skin, and it gives you the chance to kind of just really build to the density that you want for that client and that finish. You're never going to go in too strong. You're never then having to saturate your shading to match up with your outline or blend it in. It's actually a really quick and easy way to do a shaded eyebrow, whether you're doing a full-on powder, an ombre, or the Invisi technique that I'm doing here. My second pass, I'm aiming to almost finish the brow. I'll give it another soak before I come back for one final tweaking pass where I'll just kind of spot anywhere I need to. So this is straight after my second pass on both brows. And now you can see here I've got a few little lighter spots that need just a little bit more work. So I'm going to just go in, get those, and then I'm done. I love using pointillism, especially around the fronts of the brows, and if you want to just put a little shadow very precisely in a certain area without risking that you're going to overdo it, then it's a fab technique to kind of incorporate into your shading. So this is a low saturated brow. It is designed to fade and look kind of just like a bit of a skin stain as opposed to a full-on powder. And here you can see kind of straight after, and then the bottom left is healed after that first session, and then the picture on the right is after the second session when she wanted to go a little bit stronger. So I hope it helps. Feel free to post any questions in the comments and give us a little thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will be back soon with a new video for you.